Welcome to the What I Wish I Knew After Pregnancy Loss podcast. I am your host, Shana Southern. I am an angel mum, a rainbow mum, a pregnancy loss practitioner, and trauma-informed coach. I created the Institute of Healing Through Pregnancy Loss out of my own experience with loss in the hopes to provide understanding and healing, educating people on pregnancy loss, and creating more women or men in trained support roles. In this podcast, I hope to shed light on what I wish I knew in relation to pregnancy loss, opening up the conversation, breaking the stigma, and bringing real-life stories plus guest experts. Thank you for being here with me today, and let's dive into today's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. So in 2020, I did a pregnancy loss healing summit and I interviewed a panel of guest experts in different ways that you can navigate your healing after pregnancy loss. Just wanted to give you a little heads up. The audio may not be the greatest, but I thoroughly enjoyed interviewing these experts and I hope you find value in what they have to share as well. Much love and let's dive in. Hi, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have the gorgeous Lori Arbel who's joining us today to share her gift. So Lori is an artist, teacher, healer, and creativity coach, guiding the community through journeys of self-discovery. Later in life, she discovered that artistic expression could be a tool to heal. And it was then that she started teaching others how art could be used for healing and how it can actually promote inner happiness and well-being. So welcome, Lori. Again, I'm so thrilled to have you here today.
Oh, thank you so much for this invitation.
You're welcome. Yeah, I absolutely love what you do. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and sort of how you came to do what you do.
Okay. So before I even begin, and this is what I always do with my students and my clients, I love lighting a candle. I love this ritual because it takes me away from where I just came from, and it takes me into now, this intention with you, Sharna, and your friends, and now I can be fully present with you, which I think is one of those beautiful little things that I do when I work with clients. But a little backstory. I've been making art since I was a little girl. I didn't know how else to communicate all my ideas and expressions. It was arts and crafts, and then it turned into art class. And then in high school, my photo teacher really believed in me. And then I went to college, lost, but I knew I was going to do art, but like, what do I do? And while I was in art school, I thought, why am I here? And I'm like, oh, it was because my teacher believed in me. That's what I want to do. I want to be an art teacher so that I could share with others the gifts of art expression and how it could be such a way to think about ideas, make sense of ideas, and heal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I also, through all this, I'm an artist.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Like, I really can feel and I can sense how your passion with your art and being able to use it to heal and help other people. So I guess channeling that art and how you use it for healing and sort of being able to release emotion, being that the women on listening in on this call will have experienced or are experiencing pregnancy loss, right. How can they implement what you offer?
Yeah, so we all go through things, right? And it's all relative to how we experience it. And I've used my art to deal with the loss of my mom. Then I most recently created a body. It's not to compare. It's just this is how I healed. I did a body of work, which there's a piece behind me on the floor. I did 29 pieces, which took 2.5 years, and I just got divorced. So this series was birthed while leading up to this divorce. You see, it was pre-healing. I was going through, I called it thought patterns. I used this intuitive method of just letting go and letting whatever's like coming through just come out with marks and shapes. And it ends up being like a hidden language. And as I would work, some little phrase came through and I would flip over the paper and I would write it down. And then when I'm done, I didn't even know what I just did. But then I step back, I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, this is like gears in motion. Now I'm starting to get ideas. Another one was called Intersection. So like, it was really fun to title the pieces after I intuitively just got my emotions out.
Yeah.
And make sense of it. So digest these deep, dark, positive, happy, all these feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before that series, here's another technique. You know, there's different techniques we can do. For a while, I don't know if you can see this, it's not so pretty. This one's pretty, I think it's pretty disturbing, but kind of cool. What I was doing, this was also like a secret language. If we go closer, you can't read it. So what I did was I would use my cursive, which is so beautiful, right? Just cursive itself. And it felt so beautiful, but I was getting out really sad, angry, just different emotions based off of here more peaceful, and it looks more peaceful. You know, it's just a way to get out things that maybe you're embarrassed about or proud of, where you just don't need anyone but you to just get out. But it's like journaling. So that's like another technique I love to use.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that really interesting and really quite, just being able to release and get out what's in your heart and really weighing heavily on you. I've used journaling.
Yeah, I wanted to add, that's what it is, because I've noticed, you know, thoughts in general for most humans, if they just stay inside our brains, they go in the circle, kind of like you're biting your doggy tail. They'll just keep happening. Yeah. And it's not healthy. So the idea is to find that way of expressing yourself, whether it's exercise, whether it's dancing to a song to get out the sadness, or to force on that happiness to just change the mood, or to journal out in the sketchbook and draw little doodles, or to make a fine art. Yeah. Or, you know, or to make sculpture and then rip it up and burn it, and then to celebrate and put it back together, right?
Yeah. So many different ways.
All the emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love that you've got so many different ways to sort of create that space, create that release for the emotions and for the thoughts. What other ways can they sort of implement? I know you've mentioned music before too. What other ways can they sort of use as an outlet? So one of the
techniques that I love learning with a creative psychotherapist, and this technique I learned in Israel, and it was meant for people who are not artists, you know, anybody could go. And basically I do this activity a lot. These are done with like 5-7 songs in a row playing. And sometimes you get pictures, you're listening to different songs that create different emotions that you don't even know what they're going to pull out. Because sometimes we think it's just one specific item, but the truth is it really started prior. It's really something else that's causing you to hold on to that. Yeah. Loss or pain. It's not really just that. Something else. So like there's emotion in here. I'm sorry. And you just can't see it, but there is. And it's and that's the point. Like even this felt so good to that song. Like just using your hand as an extension of your heart or brain. And then here, this is another one. They tend to get much more specific as time goes on in the exercise. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. It's a great exercise just to pick your own playlist that has your favorite 5 songs that have different emotions, and then play them and just dance with a marker to it. You can draw pictures or not. That alone is a lovely exercise. But if I were with you, I'd be giving you a little quote to cause you to think a little differently, but it still works. I do that. Yeah, absolutely. So if you were to work with a woman, how would you do that? Like this activity? Yeah. Well, so I was already just thinking that. And it has to be intuitive, because my idea I'm about to say now would really work with one of you and really not work with the other. And so, of course, I wouldn't force it. It would just be, I would kind of see what kind of person you are. So pretending I'm with you, I would ask you to pick a song that connects you to that child. Maybe it was that. So maybe to connect to the happy part of like when you were first pregnant, that excitement part, right? to honor that, because there was excitement and there was beauty, right? To go through those different stages. And then there was a perhaps horror or sadness. Put the music to that. Let it, like, because I'm also working on a big international piece right now about the Holocaust, but it's not, and it's to honor the children whose lives were taken, but it's also to honor our life.
Yeah.
Right? To celebrate our life. And yes, our child is not there, but you are. And how blessed we're still to have you. And the world still needs you. And different ways to shift through that. Like hope, a song of hope. What is one song of hope that you love? And of course, I'd have my own suggestions, but you could bring your own too.
Yeah.
And then what I often like to do, if I really need to get through something, like when I lost my mom, I did this, it's not here, a big scroll. And I played my bat mitzvah song. That's like when you're Jewish and you turn 13. I played the song that she picked for me over and over and over, a little crazy, but over and over again to honor, because she died, and to honor her.
Yeah.
And I just used that song while I made my marks for this project.
Yeah.
So repetition could be toxic and helpful.
Yeah.
To understand the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. In the right setting, under the right guidance. Yeah. Doing something repetitively can actually benefit you rather than, the opposite.
Relaxing and meditative.
Yeah.
And to let it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love the candle. I also love oils.
Yeah.
And picking cards, like oracle cards. Have you seen oracle cards? Not tarot cards, but oracle cards.
I don't know. I don't know if I have, or I just thought maybe they were the same.
Well, no, the tarot cards are have much more negative attached to it, but people use it for a good way. Oracle cards are much lighter, and these were made by a mother and daughter, which is very beautiful, but they're animals. And then they just teach you wisdom. And I don't tell you what's in it. You get to decide what it means to you, and we just talk about it.
Yeah.
I like to shine the light so you know that you really do have all the answers. And I'm just there a little extra spark.
One in 4 pregnancies will result in miscarriage. 1 in 8 women will experience infertility. 1 in 100 women will experience recurrent miscarriage. And 1 in 160 births end in stillbirth. Have you been wanting to make a difference in the lives of women or men who have experienced pregnancy loss because you can see so many suffering in silence, but you just don't know how? Collectively, we can change how bereaved parents can access mental, physical, and emotional support after their experience. There is a lot of women with unhealed trauma, and there is a huge gap in the current support system when it comes to bereaved parents' recovery after loss. There are too many women and men suffering in silence. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is a worldwide, one-of-a-kind program that gives you proven methods designed for healthcare professionals, medical staff, midwives, nurses, doulas, birth workers, coaches, and angel parents alike. The Pregnancy Loss Practitioner Certification is bridging that gap. It will give you a proven support structure to follow and education specific to pregnancy loss, created by a loss mum. It is creating more education specifically for loss so that you can enhance your service and become the point of difference. Or you can create the support that you so desperately needed in your healing after loss. This is the next level of growth and expansion you have been searching for. So does this sound like something that you have been searching for? Let's explore this more together. You can head to the episode show notes where you'll find the program application, or direct message me on Instagram and let's open up the conversation in how you can use this education. You have a gift, and I look forward to supporting you and witnessing you bring your gift to the world, healing and transforming women's lives.
Yeah, I love it. You're so much within you to give, so much value in the healing space. And I really, really love what you have to offer. So in saying that, what would you like to offer the women that are listening in today moving forward?
Generally speaking, I don't have long coursework that you could sign up for. it's definitely individualized. I work with clients for a long time, but you don't sign up and just get it sent. It's very alive,
Yeah.
personalized.
Yeah. So yeah. I love that you say it's personalized. It's so, and that's what it is. Like every woman is so different. Their loss is so different. So the way that you would approach each woman would be so different, and what you
Oh, yes. And right, because some really want more art and others really want more creative writing and poetry or photography. I mean, I'm a photography, that was my major as well. So using photography, there's a lot of tools and collage. You can still do art if you're new to art. You're not new.
Yeah.
You're uncomfortable. You don't ever need to be uncomfortable with me. There's we jump in.
But yeah, being able to have that diversity within the creative space and still have that same outcome of being able to acknowledge and release their emotion. And like you said before, it's not necessarily something that's just happened now, which is obviously their pregnancy loss. It could be also something that is underlying that as well, and which you can help with that. Your art and your releasing can help with that. Yeah.
I just thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. Honestly, I was like really interested and I loved your vibe. So I really wanted to just, know more about what you do and how you can help, and being able to then share that with the women that will be joining us, and, allowing them to just be aware of what's available for them in moving forward, that they don't have to do this alone, that there is help. There are people that can help them.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's so many ideas. I was just even thinking right now, it's side play time also, which could be very nice and healing to work with others in this healing process, not with the talking, just kind of doing your own thing and then checking in. So there's so many opportunities.
Yeah. I really encourage the women to, soak this all in and just really be open to it and take this opportunity to be able to speak to you and be able to see what you can design together as like a moving forward for them to be able to
birthing something
acknowledge,
new. Yes.
acknowledge and honor themselves and their loss. So I know I will be supplying the link to your session, but where else?
It's Lori Arbel.
Yes.
It's my full name, Lori Arbel, Lori Arbel Art on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, I encourage you to reach out and follow Lori, have a look at what she does, and just really sort of immerse yourself in what she has to offer. I'm so grateful that you wanted to jump in and share your gift with us, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
I was just thinking, it's like my art is this series that I created, it has all these parallel lines, which are really one. It's that one little thing that you do for yourself, right? Yeah. Saying, I'm going to try something new. Or I'm going to say, today's going to be a beautiful day. Today I'm going to be stronger. Just that one hello, one handshake, just one, like little steps, one step at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to conquer the mountain, just put one foot in front of the other.
And to hold hands, right? It's not meant to be done alone. That's the artwork. So just one, it wouldn't be an artwork. It's all of these ones together as a community holding hands together.
Yes. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, definitely holding hands, just really embracing the fact that there is people out there that can help you.
It's not ego.
Yeah.
Gotta put,
Yeah. Put the ego aside. Yes. Yeah. Okay. No, so beautiful, Lori. And again, I just encourage the women to reach out and, just really just be open to the whole experience. But thank you. I will supply everything.
From South Florida.
Yes.
Right. Australia to South Florida.
Yeah, and that's it. We're connecting globally.
Beautiful.
But yeah, absolutely. I love what you do and I love what you have to offer. So thank you again so much for sharing with what you do. And I look forward to what you create with the women.
Yes. Okay. Bye, Sharna. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening in with me today. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you did, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it to social media, and tag me at instituteofhealing_PL. I love seeing what is resonating with you right now. If you want to chat further, I invite you to connect with me through Instagram. Head over and follow my Instagram account, send me a DM, and let's open the communication. If you want to know more about how you can be the support for others, head to the show notes and fill out the application form for the Pregnancy Loss Practitioner certification. I want to also note here that what I share within the episodes is not medical advice. If you need further support, please consult your doctor. Thank you again. Much love to you. Be gentle with yourself, and I look forward to supporting you on the next episode.